Welcome to Cheyenne High School, home of the Cheyenne Mustangs. Today's matchup, brought to you by Mustang Media, is the Cheyenne Mustangs, who come in at a record of 7-0, against the Wahpeton Huskies, who come in with a record of 3-4. Coach Ringdahl, with a short break between last night's game, the Mustangs coming off a win last night against Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders, winning solidly, right around 35 points last night's victory. So we'll see if they can turn that short time into another victory today. Mustangs are leading the C Squad standings in the EDC with that unblemished record. The Wahpeton Huskies coming in a little bit toward the middle of the pack right now. So on paper, this does look to be an advantage in favor of the Mustangs, but if I know anything about Coach Ralph and his program, this will certainly be a challenge for the Mustangs here on their home court today. So about ready to get the jump ball going. Starters for the Mustangs. Jumping at center today is Carter Menz. At guards, we have Soren Castor, number 2, and Aiden Knodel, number 1. And at your forward positions, we have Dylan Bile and Caden Rahr. Tip won by the Mustangs. Goes over to Menz, and now back up to Bile. Moving it around, this is Caden Rahr with a little bit of bump in the interior of the lane. And that will draw a foul on the Huskies. Mustangs to take the ball out of bounds. Looking inside to Dylan Bile. He tries a dump pass over to Menz, but that doesn't happen. Double pick up top. Nothing open there. And that looks like Knodel for 3 to start the game. 3-0 on the three-pointer by Aiden Knodel. And the Mustangs will drop back into defense. Initial pass on the wing there. Mustangs try to steal that basketball. That was Caden Rahr with his hands on it, but it does go off of Caden Rahr and stays with the team in purple. Couple switches down low. Draws the defender up in the air, and a great block there by Carter Menz. Pushes ahead to Caden Rahr. Tipped out then. Carter Menz goes to the hoop, and he's able to finish at the rim. So an early 5-0 lead here for the Mustangs. Great take there for the Huskies. That's number 25 on the quick outlet pass, and he takes the ball up the sideline and then finds a nice 45-degree angle to the hoop. Tacks the rim, and he is fouled by number 2, Soren Castor. And that gets him to the line, shooting 2. The first one falls short. The second one also misses. And the free throw is corralled in by the Huskies. And the free throw shooter is able to get his points back off a little 8-foot floater. Knodel brings the ball back up the floor for the Mustangs with a lead of 5-2, 14:30 to go in the first half. Swings back over to Knodel and drops down. Good post move there by Carter Menz. That's his second bucket from point-blank range to start the game. Trap at the half line, stolen by Knodel, and up ahead to Dylan Bile, who tries to flush one there but is able to put the ball in for a layup. Bile had an excellent game yesterday for the Mustangs, and he did drop a dunk in that game as well. So he had 28 points last night, was really filling the stat sheet. Very efficient night for Bile as well. So the last 3 or 4 games, Dylan Bile has definitely played well for the Mustangs. Push up ahead by Soren Castor and a kick out to Knodel, who looks at the inside. Great pick and roll action and a feed from Knodel. Soren Castor with an easy bucket. And that's going to go out of bounds. The pass into the corner ends up with the Huskies on the sideline. So that's going to be turned over to the Mustangs. Up 11-2 early, 9-point lead. Mustangs again look down to Carter Menz. He takes a dribble and kicks it out to Caden Rahr and over to Bile, who attacks the baseline. Ball gets loosened up over to Knodel. Menz looks for a contested 8-footer, but that doesn't drop. Back out to the Huskies. That three-pointer sails a little bit long. Foul on the Mustangs is going to be on, I believe, number 2. First free throw bounces off to the side there. At the line is number 33, Jaden King. He's the only freshman on the C-Squad roster for the Huskies. And that one goes off the back iron as well. Rebound by Caden Rahr, and he takes it quickly down the court and goes all the way to the rim before he's fouled. He will be going to the line, shooting 2 with an 11-2 lead with 12:45 to go in the first half. That's Caden Rahr's game. He's definitely explosive those first few steps. There's very few people, if any, in North Dakota that probably can beat him in a 10-yard dash. He is very explosive on those first few steps, and he loves to get to the rim. So strong kid, powerful running back for the Mustangs football team as well. So neither of those able to drop, though, at the free throw line for Caden Rahr. Mustangs bring it back up the floor. Ball knocked free, and this is up ahead then to Caden Rahr, who's able to drop one off to Dylan Bile. Good hands there on the pass that got up ahead to Caden Rahr. Mustangs still looking to score in transition and doing a nice job of making sure that they push when they want. Ball knocked out of bounds there by Soren Castor. And we have a couple of substitutions. Into the game for the Mustangs is number 3, Casey Clemenson, and number 4, Ethan Ron. Huskies to inbound. Ball goes over to number 25, taking the shot. That's Burnt. He's unable to connect. Loose ball secured by the Huskies. And that's number 30 with it now. Ball tipped free for a moment, and Dylan Biles able to get that ball, get all the way to the rim, and he is fouled on the hand at the rim. So with 13-2 lead in favor of the Mustangs with 11:56 to go in the first half, we will take our first time out. This is Mustang Media.
You're watching Cheyenne Mustang Media.
And so returning to action here at Cheyenne High School, this will bring Dylan Bile to the line, shooting 2 after that foul by the Huskies. That's the 3rd team foul on the Huskies today. First free throw does drop through. As I said last night, the Cheyenne Mustangs played Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders, as Dylan Bile is able to put his second free throw in. All three teams for the Mustangs were able to come away with victories last night. Currently, as a program, the C Squad team is 7-0, the JV team is 7-0, and the varsity team is 6-1. As we see a knockdown shot there for the Huskies. That bucket by number 40. That's Riley Timjohn. Dylan Bile with a little pick and roll. He gets a good look for three, and he makes you pay. Great shot there off of the pick and roll by Dylan Bile. Mustangs look to be in a little bit of a matchup zone here. Nope, they'll drop back into man-to-man. Huskies drive baseline, kick it back out. Good attack to the rim there. Almost a nice finish at the rim, just goes a little bit off the back iron. Mustangs look to push. Casey Clemenson with an attack to the rim, and I believe that's going to be a blocking foul on number 30 for the Huskies. That's Jackson Cluton. His first. Ball inbound. Goes up to Dylan Bile, and it looks to be reset by Ethan Ron. Pick and roll action again. Same play as last time, and same result. That's Dylan Bile continuing to have a scoring barrage these last few games and in a very efficient manner. Yesterday, I believe he hit about 3 or 4 threes as well. Already with 2 here in the first half. 21-5 in favor of the Mustangs. That three-pointer goes a little bit long, but a rebound by number 21 for the Huskies. That's Fliflet. Ball swings around. They look into the post, but that is stolen by Ethan Ron, who looks into the interior. That's Dylan Bile, who is bumped. 21-5 now in favor of the Mustangs with 10-11 to go in the first half. Bile will once again return to the free throw line. And he is able to connect on the first. Continues his hot shooting there at the free throw line. Converts on both. 23-5 now. An 18-point lead has stretched for the Mustangs with just over 10 minutes to play in this half. A post entry down to number 35. That's Helgeson, who will be going to the line shooting 2. Foul on the play by number 3, Casey Clemenson. That's his first. Team's third. First free throw falls a little bit short off the front iron. So we'll be live on the second free throw. And that one's able to rattle home. Quick outlet there by the Mustangs, looking to push. Dylan Bile gets all the way to his spot again. Shoots a little bit of a 4-footer. A very efficient first half there for the Mustangs guard. And a spectacular block on the defensive side by Casey Clemenson, who's able to slap that out of bounds. Good drive by the Huskies on the baseline, but Casey Clemenson's able to elevate above the offensive player and knock that out of bounds. It will stay in the hands of the Huskies. Huskies a little late inbounding, but they're able to get that ball to number 33. That's Jaden King, who attacks baseline, is able to get to the free throw line. Huskies probably would like to convert on a few more of these free tries. They've been getting to the rim a little bit here and getting to the free throw line, but so far haven't been able to convert as many as they'd like. That one does get home for the 7th point for the Huskies. A couple of substitutions in for the Mustangs is number 25, Connor Husted, and number 1, Aiden Knodel. I did have a previous substitution that I missed for the Mustangs. And that one drops all the way down to Ethan Ron. Ethan Ron also into the game, and number 5, Connor Entz, also into the game. Great pass there, great feed, good find. Ethan Ron able to get all the way home to the rim and finish at the bucket. A little bit of activity and noise from the Mustangs on the defensive side, but great attack there by number 21. That's Fliflet, who's able to get all the way to the rim and finish with an opportunity to finish for 3. He misses on that free throw. Dylan Bile pushes it ahead. Back to Knodel. He'll set up the offense. Over to the wing. Husted looking to post. And Husted looks, nothing happening on that side into the post. Good rotations there through the offense. And that one will come back up to Knodel, who attacks the rim. Gets all the way down, misses that shot. Both teams fighting for it. And they're going to call a jump ball, tied up. I believe that's the first jump ball of the game, so that's going to move in favor of the team in purple, as the Mustangs did win the tip. So with 8:36 to go in the first half, Mustangs over Wahpeton, 27-9. Timeout.
You're watching Cheyenne Mustang Media.
Returning to action here with a little bit of full court press by the Mustangs. Wahpeton initially able to break, but the ball kicked back into the backcourt, and they are able to get the ball through. Continue to trap at the top. Ball flies over to the top, and that is knocked free. Pushed ahead to Dylan Bile, who's able to shoot 3 there. That rim's short. Wahpeton looks to push. Hand check called on number 4, Ethan Ron, up on the sideline. Left hand got a little bit on the hip. Good job by the Huskies offensive player pushing the ball up the floor, and a nice back cut there. All the way to a little alley-oop play for number 21. That's Fliflet able to convert for 2. Mustangs come back. To Bile at the wing, pick and roll, nothing happening. Over to Knodel. He's able to look for 3. That goes a little long. Fliflet sets up the offense. Tim John has it now, up top. Rebound by Husted, up ahead to Knodel, who passes over to Entz, who is able to finish at the rim. Good feed, good finish. 29-11 now in favor of the Mustangs with 7:10 to go in the first half. Wahpeton looking to slow it up. Ball at the wing. Crossover dribble is knocked free. Husted gets it, and that will be a foul. Couple of substitutions in for the Mustangs. We have Caden Rahr and Carter Menz coming back in, and joining the game today is number 33, Bryce Kane, down low. Bile and Knodel will remain in for the Mustang roster, and that's going to go up top to Caden Rahr. And that's a great post look inside. Good feed to Bryce Keane, followed by Caden Rahr. Carter Menz is able to have that one drop right into his lap, and he finishes for 2. Good post feed into Bryce Keane on that play. Sets up a couple of good looks for the offense. And that's a 3-point look by Knodel. That rattles out. Good rebound there by Carter Menz. And again, he's able to score from point-blank range. And that's going to result in a timeout for the Huskies. 33-11, 6:14 to go. Timeout. Back to action here in West Fargo with the Mustangs in a 22-point lead in the first half over the visitors on the scoreboard from Wahpeton. Ringdahl trying to make a substitution. And I believe that substitution can't happen at this point once the ball was nearly inbounded. So, Wahpeton looking to set up their offense. And I think they're going to call a little bit of body foul on number 33, Bryce Keane, at the top of the key. That's going to be the 6th team foul on the Mustangs. We have 7 for the Huskies. Correction, that was the 7th team foul. They just corrected that on the scoreboard, and that's why we do have a bonus free throw. First one does go through for the Huskies by number 30. That's Cluton. And that one goes a little bit long, and back to Cluton, who goes right back to the hoop, kicks it back out. Ball almost fumbled out of bounds, but recovered. Good attack into the lane there, but unable to connect. Ball moves ahead to Isaac Kanega. Over to Caden Rahr for 3, and he's able to connect. Nice shot there by Caden Rahr. Good pass by Kanega to catch him in rhythm, and that's a good finish there by the Mustangs. Good drop pass there. Down to number 30. That's going to get Cluton back to the free throw line yet again. 36-12 now, 5:35 to go. 8th team foul now on the Mustangs. Good job of Cluton getting Mustang defenders up in the air and forcing that foul. First free throw does go through. Second free throw also drops. Kanega to bring it up. Up to Knodel, looks inside. Ball knocked away and stolen by the Husky defender, who pushes it ahead, drops it down low. That gets a look for number 44. Josh Byer, who's able to convert. And that's going to force Eric Ringdahl to take a timeout. 36-16, 5:26 to go. Timeout.
You're watching Cheyenne Mustang Media.
Okay, so the Mustangs come out of their timeout. Knodel brings the ball up the floor and sets up, hoping to execute the offense. Over to Rar. Looks for Bryce Kane in the post. Nothing happening there. And that pass sails wide for Bryce Kane and out of bounds. Turnover by the Mustangs. So, Wahpeton will bring the ball up the floor now. Ball moves to the wing, back up top. Open look for a second for Cluton. A little bit of noise for the Mustang defense. Ball tries to get saved out of bounds. Rolling around here, trying to get on the floor. A lot of hands all over the place, and Wahpeton's able to call timeout while on the floor. So, fortunate play there for the Huskies to retain possession. 36-16, 4:40 to go in the first half, and we'll take another timeout.
You're watching Cheyenne Mustang Media.
So a good hustle play there by the Huskies that allows them to get the sideline out of bounds play. Ball comes into the sideline. Moves around. Kanega to defend. And he gets a little tight on the Huskies player, and that will put number 21 for the Huskies to the free throw line. The 9th team foul there for the Mustangs. So the next foul is going to be a double bonus regardless. So the rest of the way out with 4:29 to go, every foul is going to result in 2 free throws for Wahpeton. Flifflet will look to hit on the second free throw here. Mustangs look to push. Kick out to Caden Rar, who's able to set his feet, but the ball ends up going a little short, and then back out to Bile. Another rebound for the Mustangs, and a nice little touch pass that goes over to Caden Rar. Good assist there by Dylan Bile. Couple of offensive rebounds, and Mustangs make them pay. Pick and roll there. Huskies will reset. Bile jumps the pass a little bit, and that does allow the Huskies all the way to get to the rim, but they do not convert. Soren Castor comes down with the rebound, and he is fouled, so that'll get him a couple of or an opportunity here for a free throw, potentially 2 if he's able to put the first in. That is the 7th team foul on the Huskies. So with 3:52 to go, the Mustangs will also be in the bonus. That one drops short. Wahpeton's able to rebound. Menz steals the pass momentarily, but ends up out of bounds. And stays with the visitors. A little bit of a mental lapse there by Flifflet, securing the ball in the front court and taking then a couple of steps into the back court. That gets you an over and a back. Wing move there by Dylan Bile, and he gets all the way to the rim, bumped on the shoulder, and is able to convert. The offensive efficiency again by Dylan Bile in these last few games is impressive. He is getting exactly to the spots that he wants to go. He's able to hit with his outside shot. Not able to convert on the free throw there, but does get another 2 into the scorebook. Huskies split the defense. Pass at the feet of number 10. That's Habiger. And the ball ends up out of bounds. Clemenson will bring it up now. Ball loose for a second. Gets back into the hands of Clemenson, who now is going to set up the offense. Good job jumping the pass there by Cluton. And a backdoor cut by Soren Castor, who gets all the way to the rim. Misses, but rebound there by Bile and the putback. Mustangs look for a little zone trap. Hands get high. That pass gets through, reverse layup, ends up short. Clemenson pushes, that's the Caden Rahr, who's able to get all the way through the defense and to the rim. Mustangs now up 44-16 with 2:26 to go. Certainly the Huskies are not giving in right now. They continue to attack offensively. That's another job there by Cluton. Oh, sorry, excuse me. That's Fliflet at the free throw line this time. Getting all the way to the rim and forcing a foul by the Mustangs. So that's probably something that Coach Ringdahl will talk about into the second half, is perhaps getting a little bit better defensive position, maybe not getting so handsy. Now that's 11 team fouls on the Mustangs. Great pass, great feed into the inside. Dylan Bile keeps his angle, able to finish that one off the glass. And they stay in a trap. Looking back and forth, the Huskies are. Splits the defense, and this might be a dunk. Oh, and he unable to get off the ground. Saturday morning legs, and isn't able to connect on that one, but Soren able to secure the loose ball there, Soren Castor, and I believe that's going to get him back to the free throw line, shooting another bonus free throw. Good look up ahead to Dylan Bile in the previous play. He did, as I said, dunk one last night, so he was looking to flush one that time again. Soren Castor now at the free throw line. Nothing but net on the first. A couple of substitutions in for the Mustangs. That's Kason Bear coming in, number 13, and Connor Entz, number 5, as well as number 25, Connor Husted. Rebound to the Huskies. Another good attack by number 21. We'll check the stat book here at halftime, how many free throws Wahpeton was able to shoot in the first half. Fliflet has certainly been to the line multiple times, and he'll go back again. Again shooting 2 free throws with a little bit more than a minute and a half to go in the first half. He connects on the first. Substitution there. We have Ethan Ron, number 4, coming in, as well as number 0, Isaac Kanega. Eric Ringdahl very pleased with the balance of scoring that he's been able to get out of his team in the last few games. I believe last night it was either 10 or 11 players on his team were able to get into the stat book in the score column. So that free throw does bounce off the iron, and foul called on number 13, Kason Bear. Not able to get the position that he'd like. So that's going to put the Huskies back at the free throw line. That free throw by number 40, Tim John, goes a little bit long. And now he'll shoot his second. Also off the iron. Husted looks to push. Slows the ball up now into Kanega. Looking for a flasher. He finds Kason Bear, who's blocked initially. He does get the ball back. This one goes over to Entz. Huskies able to fight for it and come out of there with the basketball. Push it up ahead to number 35. But Ethan Ron recognizes that the ball dropped low to the offensive player's waist. He goes in and forces a jump. Good hands there by Ethan Ron. And he'll bring the ball up and set up the offense. Kason Bear over to Kanega. Little dribble handoff. That's Entz. That comes over to Husted, who looks, continue to rotate the ball through. Nice little crossover by Entz. And all the way to the rim. Great play there. Great move, great finish. Little baby crossover, got the defender leaning one direction. Nice play there by number 5, Entz. Excellent defensive play there by Ethan Ron, who pushes it up ahead. That gets all the way to Isaac Kanega. So I think we get Ron with the block. He gets the ball. He pushes up ahead. Kanega ends up with 2 points. 51-18 now, scoring barrage for the Mustangs. Halfway to 100 before the first half. There's 15 seconds to go in this first half. Good spin move there. And connection. With just under 10 to play, the Mustangs will get all the way back down. Spin move there. With 1 second to go. And that ball sails a little bit to the right. So, with that, we are now sitting at a 31-point lead for the Mustangs over the visiting Wahpeton Huskies. With that, we'll take our first intermission of the evening here at halftime. We'll compile some stats, and we'll let you know how the first half played out for the Mustangs and the Huskies. So with that, we'll take a 10-minute intermission. So welcome back to Cheyenne High School. Quick recap of the stats with the Mustangs up 51-20 at halftime. For the Mustangs, Isaac Kanega coming in with 2 points, Aiden Knodel with 3, Soren Castor with 3, Ethan Ron with 2, Connor Entz with 4, Carter Menz with 8, Caden Rahr with 7, and Dylan Bile is your scoring leader in the first half with 22 points. For the Huskies, we have Fleefit coming in with 6, Burnt with 2, King with 1, Helgeson with 1, Timian with 5, Bayer with 2, and Kluden with 3. For the Huskies, they certainly have to be pleased with the number of times they were able to get to the free throw line. They did get to the free throw line 21 times in the first half. Unfortunately, they were only able to connect on 7 of those. For the Mustangs, they go to the free throw line 10 times and shoot 50%. So, coming out of the first half, 51-20. Obviously, Coach Ringdahl's got to be pleased with the scoring effort that he saw out of his team in the first half. So we'll see what kind of halftime adjustments both teams make with a pretty handy, the game handily in place for the Mustangs. So I imagine that the Wahpeton Huskies didn't take that drive up I-29 to just let the Mustangs continue to show their offensive prowess. So I expect them to come out of the first half firing. And just like that, they get an open look at the top of the key. Not able to connect on that, and I believe they're going to call a foul on Wahpeton on the rebound. And they call that one on number 25. His third. That's Burnt. Ethan Ron to bring it up. So to start the second half, we have Bryce Kane, Ethan Ron, Isaac Kanega, and Kason Bear. Connor Husted also into the lineup to start. That's a shot, 3-point look by Bryce Kane. Ends up going a little long. Good shot there. That's Fleefit with the bucket. Good pass over to Ethan Ron. Not sure if that was what Kanega saw, but he was able to connect his pass with Ethan Ron. Little trap action early. That sails into the corner, gets Kason Bear off his feet. A couple of good closeouts there. Nice job by Husted, making sure that he stays on his feet, and so Wahpeton continues to look through the offense. Steal back by the Huskies. Board there by Bryce Kane, up ahead. Ethan Ron looks ahead for Isaac Kanega, but he is fouled at midcourt. Good to see both players pop up right away. That one goes to Husted. He takes a look at 3 for a moment, but decides against it. And that'll be a Husted, Bryce Kane pick and roll. Kane's pick did not get set early enough, so they call him for an offensive foul, sliding that pick over. That'll go back to the Huskies. First foul there on West Fargo. Good trap action. Pinned Wahpeton in the corner for a second. Got a little bit of energy then out of the Mustang bench. Great pass and feed. Down to Fleefit, who's able to connect on his second bucket of the half already. Stolen out. Good run out there. And we get a look up top for Bear. bit of a wild pass by Wahpeton. Wahpeton player slow to get up, but he is able to hustle back. And that gets to be good hustle play there by Wahpeton, throwing the ball off a cane. That ball goes out of bounds. So with 12:52 in the second half now, 53-26. You got to think coming into halftime down about 30. The goal for Wahpeton is to see if you can play this half in that range where you're saying, hey, I'm going to win this half, or I'm going to be able to play even this half. So far they've been able to do that and hang with the Mustangs. Eric Ringdahl, coach for the Mustangs, puts 5 new players in. He does have the luxury of playing all 11 of his players. All players are capable of putting minutes in. So he runs a 5 in, 5 out. 12:32 to go in the second half. That goes over to Bile, who, as we told you, already had 22 points. Great post move there by Menz, who's able to clear with his body and finish off the glass. Huskies trapped into the corner, but able to get it back out and knocked out ahead to Carter Menz, who gets all the way to the rim, and he is fouled. First free throw goes through for the Mustangs. Second drops through as well. Mustangs stay in their half-court trap. But the Huskies able to sneak through. Knodel with the rebound. He pushes up ahead. Nobody there. Over to Soren Caster, who asks Knodel to set it back up. Over to Dylan Bile. Back up top. And that's going to be Knodel with the look off the back iron. And a push ahead by the Huskies. Knodel knocks it out of bounds, but it will stay with the baseline out of bounds. Oh, great block there by Menz. Able to knock it out. Ends up all the way back at the half line on that block. It's about his third of the day. Menz an excellent shot blocker for the Mustangs. And they call Knodel for a hand check. $11:15 to go in the second half now. It's the second team foul on the Mustangs. Rebound Soren Caster, he pushes ahead. Gets it up to head to Knodel, who's able to connect, and he's fouled. Good job by Soren Caster securing the rebound, able to push the ball up the center of the court very quickly. Finds Knodel cutting through the lane. And he'll try to connect for an N1. Ball rattles home, 60-26. 11 minutes to go in the second half. Wahpeton looks to push. Corner three. Rebound by Caden Rahr, and they're going to call it a jump. Good job there by Timian to grab that ball and able to force a jump ball. It gives the Wahpeton Huskies a chance to run a baseline out of bounds, and they end up scoring off of it. Pick and roll. Caster decides there's nothing there. Another pick and roll. And they call 3 seconds. That could be tricky for a post player. Sometimes you have your guy sealed. You stay there a half a second too long. The pass doesn't come in. They move that pass around. You're not ready for it. And unfortunately, that means that you're going to get called for 3. Good steal there by Knodel, who pushes the ball up the floor, up ahead. And an attempt at a dunk there. Hard fall to the ground. Looked like the Mustangs had a shot at a power dunk there by Menz, who was able to get the ball up ahead in the fast break. And they're going to say that he's got to come out due to an injury timeout by the official. So they're going to sub him out and bring in Entz. Good attempt there by Menz at the rim, looking for a thunderous dunk in the fast break. Almost looked like there might have been a little bit of contact, but I think everybody was a little surprised Menz was going to go up and try to flush that. And as a result, ball doesn't go through the hoop. Menz falls to the ground. He has to get subbed out, and the Huskies come back away with it. Good contest there by Entz. Fights for the rebound. Ends up in the lap of number 25. That's Burnt, who's able to put it through. 60-30 now, 30-point lead by the Mustangs. Dylan Bile squares up his guy at the top of the key. Loses a little bit of his angle, and that ball goes off the side of the backboard. Wahpeton will bring it back. Good defense there by Caster. Ball ends up on the back of the backboard, and that's an out of bounds. Entz to inbound. It goes to Knodel. He'll set up the offense. In for the Mustangs is number 3, Casey Clemenson. Over to Caden Rahr. Look for 3 by Dylan Bile. And that is pinned in between the glass and the rim. It's going to be a jump ball. So it will stay with the Mustangs with 9:09 to go in the second half. And a good inbounds play results in 2 points for Bile. He continues to score here in the second half. Wahpeton looks to break that trap by holding the ball, not trying to get it through that half line until they have to. Generates a turnover. Mustangs set the offense back up. Caden Rahr looks the post, not there. And that time it is. Unfortunately, Caden Rahr just misses a little bit short. Good flash through the lane there by Rahr. Good open look there by the Huskies. Pushes up ahead to Bile. And he's able to finish at the rim. Oh. Clemenson looked to take the charge on that one. Mustangs did a nice job, or sorry, the Huskies did a nice job getting around that screen, so the contact came at the hip. That's Fleefit. Able to connect. Foul on Clemenson. That's, well, actually, I think they're going to call that one on Entz. So that puts Wahpeton at the line. And a substitution. Good three-point play there by the Huskies. 8:18 to go in the second half. Over to Rahr. Dribble handoff action. Finds Clemenson in the corner. He jab steps his guy, but nothing happens. And Clemenson makes the smart choice and sets the offense back up. He looks into the interior. Now his defender leaves him. Clemenson gets all the way to the rim. But they're going to call a foul there. I believe that's going to be on Cluton. Little back pick tries to go, but Ents throws that one into the hands of the defender. Good defense to stop the fast break by Clemenson. And now Ents squares his guy up at the top of the key. Ball gets loose for a second, and it ends up out of bounds in favor of the Mustangs. Over to Knodel. He'll look into the interior and up top to Kane, who swings it over to Clemenson. Back up top. Knodel attacks the interior. Off the back iron. Tries to rattle in the floater from about 4 or 5 feet off the glass, and it doesn't go. So Wahpeton brings it back. And that's an open three-point look there by number 10. Dalton Habiger with a deep three. Nothing but net. Great shot. Attack there by Bile. Finds Bryce Kane on a pick and roll. Kane unable to connect. Rebound there by Ents, and he's not able to put that through. Good offensive sequence. 2 good looks at the rim. At point blank range. Good steal there by Clemenson. He tries to throw it off the defender. Misses wide and goes out of bounds. .6:41 to go now in the second half. 64-36 in favor of Cheyenne. Little corner screen, looking for the three, not open. Back to Burnt, who spins his guy. Is able to get him all the way into about the 5-6 foot range. Clemenson contested at the top there, but a little bit of hand-to-arm contact. Gets Burnt to go to the line, shooting 2. First free throw goes long. And the second one falls through. Up ahead for the Mustangs is Dylan Bile. Spin move there. And he's going to get to the free throw line. Good job getting the defender on one arm, on one shoulder. Spinning back to the weak side of that defender. And help had to come over, and the help defender ends up with the foul. That's on number 44. Josh Beyer, his 3rd personal. 7th team foul. Wholesale substitution there except for Bile. In for the Mustangs, number 4, Ethan Ron. Soren Castor, Isaac Kanega, and Carter Menz. Bile to shoot his 2nd. And that gets through. So as I told you, Bile had a 28-point effort last night. He had 22 at halftime, so he's nearing that same mark right now. And yet another big block there by Menz that sails out of bounds. No doubt about it, when Menz wants to block that shot, it's going to go somewhere. You got to be careful in the first few rows. Inbounds there, drive past Kanega. And a great move, number 25. That's Burnt again. Another 3. 69-39. 5:40 to go. Another good attack. Burnt's finding a way to get into the interior of the Mustang defense, and he will get to the line yet again. if there's one thing that this Wahpeton Husky team has done extraordinarily well today, it is get to the free throw line. So both in the first half and in the second half, they continue to be aggressive, find ways to force the Mustangs into positions where they are going to have to either foul at the hip or foul at the on the arm, and 5 fouls this half. I think that's 16 total fouls for the game on the Mustangs. So great look there by Connor Husted. I called this the other night for Husted, one of the softest touches on the Mustang team. He has a beautiful rotation on that three-point shot. When his feet are set and there's no defender in his way, that is a very, very smooth-looking shot. And once again, Wahpeton will get to the free throw line. And once again, first one goes through. But once again at the free throw line, this is Burnt. That one goes short. Out to Sorencaster, who looks ahead. Behind the back dribble. And a wonderful move to his left. Unable to finish there. But a spectacular attack to the rim by Sorencaster. That one's going to get into the corner. Husted had him trapped, dead to rights. But Burnt's able to throw it off his knee and go out of bounds. So 3 new players in for the Mustangs. Bryce Kane, Kaysen Bear, and number 5, Entz, also to return. Nice block there by Bryce Kane. Crowd has a little chuckle from the coach's comment. Nice little move by Isaac Kanega. That's going to get back out to Husted, who's, like I said, once he gets that ball and his feet underneath him and you give him space, he's going to find a way to get that to go through the hoop. So he is definitely a scorer. Good look there by the Huskies. And a 3-point ball here. Goes a little bit long. Kaysen Bear able to tip it out to Entz. Push it ahead to Husted. And he's going to look to score again. This one gets into the hands of Kaysen Bear, who has a beautiful reverse finish. 76-41. Timeout Wahpeton with 4:05 to go. We'll take a break.
You're watching Cheyenne Mustang Media.
So with 4:05 to go in the game, C-Squad competition with undefeated Cheyenne Mustangs 7-0, looking to go 8-0 here with the game well in hand up against the Wahpeton Huskies. 76-41 is the score. So Wahpeton looks to set up their offense. Kanega peels back a little bit. Got a little tight on defense there. Stolen away by Husted, who looks to push. And they're going to call a charge. Great defensive play there by number 21. He's a little banged up. That's Fleefit. But I think he'll be all right. Good steal there by Husted. Tacks all the way down. Just a better play on defense where he's able to get out in front of the cylinder and gets his feet secured in position to take that charge. Again, number 25. That's Burnt once again, finding his way to the free throw line. He's getting comfortable out there now. ends up falling a little short. Rebound to Kane, and excellent pass there by Husted. Ball moves around, back out to Husted for three. Rebound, Kaysen-Bear. Stolen by the Huskies. 3 minutes to go now in the game. Ball knocked free for a second. Burnt with it at the top. Looking to attack the rim. He gets all the way there. Nice game out of Burnt today. At the free throw line, getting all the way to the hoop. That's Entz that's going to be left open for three. Kaysen-Bear with the rebound. Out to Husted. Looks back up top to Entz. Husted's pass to Connor Entz sails a little bit wide, and that'll go out of bounds. With just over 2.5 to go, 76-43. Cheyenne continues their early season dominance in the EDC. Another victory here today. That'll push them to 8-0. Well-balanced scoring effort by the entire team. Led once again in the scoring category by Dylan Bile, but a balanced effort overall. And the Huskies are going to get called for dragging that pivot foot. So it'll go back. Kanaga will take it out. Into Entz. Connor Entz will look to set up the offense. Looks over to Husted, but the pass is initially blocked. Over to Bryce Kane. Drops a nice little pivot in there, but not able to get that post move to drop. Out to number 41 for the Huskies. This is Habiger with the ball at the top of the key. Over to number 41. Long jumper there. Wasn't able to get that one to connect. And that three-pointer sails wide of the backboard. 1:43 to go. Connor Entz to set up the offense once again. Looking into the inside for Bryce Kane. And he's able to connect on that post move. When Kane gets his angle right, he is obviously a powerful force down low. Kane does come in at 6'7", so he can move people around down there in the post if he can find his position. Good job there on offense that time by Bryce. Sideline out of bounds for the Huskies with just over a minute to go. Goes into the corner. And they're going to call him for a travel. He had the ball while he was at his knee, and then he stood up. So one extra pivot, and they're going to call that one on him. So it's going to go back to the team in white. 1:05 to play now. Coach Ringdahl has to be pleased with the performance of his team here today. Nice pass into the post by Husted, but that goes off the fingertips of Kane. .54 seconds now. We're under a minute to go in the game. And a great finish there. So just under 25 to go. Five seconds to go in the game. So that'll do it here at Cheyenne High School. C-squad action. The Mustangs able to convert with 78 points here today over the Wahpeton Huskies, who were able to put 45 into the scorebook. So we'll take a quick break here. We'll wrap up with some final stats, let you know how the game played out, and then we'll join you for some JV action. So we'll take a quick break.